of the games on Sunday, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Seattle Seahawks, and this game is huge. Not only just for my personal pride, Alex's personal pride, but for the teams. This is a big prove-it game for Dak Prescott, for that Cowboys offense. Can that Cowboys defense stop the really high-powered Seahawks offense, and can that Seahawks defense finally not get sliced and diced in the passing game? There's a lot riding on this, and so I can't wait for this one, Jalen. But if we make predictions on the show, we make statements, no matter how long or right it is. Mostly right.
Mostly right.
Seattle is going to make a statement. They're winning this game. Dak Prescott is going to throw for more than 350 yards, and the Seahawks are going to win this by 6.
I think this game is going to be a little more out of hand. I think Dallas is going to show up exactly how they should have against Atlanta, but they're not going to be able to cover ground like they did against Atlanta. They're not going to. Seattle's not going to make the same mistakes that Atlanta made. Seattle has a better defensive backfield than Atlanta has. They have a better pass rush than Atlanta has. They have better linebackers than Atlanta has. They have a better overall defense than Atlanta has.
Hey, Atlanta does have Earl Thomas, and Thomas beat up Atlanta too.
Exactly. I think Dak Prescott is sacked at least 4 times. I think he's going to throw 2 picks. And I think he's gonna throw for a lot because I think they're gonna be down most of the game to where they can't run the ball because they can't run out of time. So I think he's gonna throw for a lot. I think he's gonna throw at least 40 passes, at least. I'll say 46 to be exact. And
I swear, if you actually hit that number, I'm gonna be pissed.
And I think Seattle wins by 12. 12.
See, the thing is, both these teams now have wins over the Falcons. And it was an ugly comeback win for the Cowboys, which doesn't bode well when the Seahawks thoroughly beat up on the Falcons. And the only reason that their defense gave up a lot of yards or some extra points is that they were garbage time. So Seattle should have all the firepower to beat up on this Dallas team. But the thing is, with both these teams, it's just a matter of showing up. So that's going to be a huge matchup on Sunday. Another Sunday one is the Sunday night game. We had the New Orleans Saints on Monday losing to the Raiders by like 10 in the Raiders' new game at their $2 billion Roomba. And the offense just didn't look good. It looked pedestrian. Drew Brees looked pedestrian. And then you have a team that is just on an all-out revenge tour. Aaron Rodgers is coming for that MVP. He's coming for you, Russell Wilson. And he's coming to prove every single person that's ever doubted him wrong. He's treating everyone in the league right now like he treats his own family. He's killing them. And he's just disrespecting all of them. So, can New Orleans at home recover from their Week 2 loss and make a statement against one of the hottest teams in football right now? No, they're not. Green Bay is going to beat them by 13.
Ouch, 13?
Green Bay by 13.
Know. Green Bay by 13. I mean, I did just guess Seattle by 12. I think New Orleans is going to definitely have a better week. I think they kind of underestimated the Raiders going into that game, and they started off really slow, thinking they were just going to pick them apart.
Thomas, he definitely did on Twitter.
Yeah, it went up by 10. They were like, "This is it," It doesn't happen. Nope. 10 has been an unlucky number for teams. I forget the number, but a lot of teams have gone up by 10 and lost so far this year.
That's like having a 3-goal lead in hockey, the worst lead.
Yeah. I think the Saints are going to win it. I think they're going to pull it off. I think it's going to be a shootout between Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. I think the defenses are going to get torched, but I think the game's going to come down to one defense stepping up, like a late pick or a strip or just sack. I think it's going to be offensive shootout for 3 quarters, and then the 4th quarter, one of the defense is going to step up.
And now the week cap game. We have the number 1, and for most people, these are the top 2 teams in the league. For most people, this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. For most people, the Super Bowl winner this year is going to be one of these 2 teams. Monday Night Football is going to be electric over there in Baltimore. If only we had fans for this game. Sweet damn, it would be crazy. But Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, the $500 million arm, is taking on the defending league MVP Lamar Jackson with a solid defense behind him. And they're rolling right now. Kansas City is coming off of a very sloppy game against the Chargers, and Baltimore has just been rolling the last 2 weeks, whether they destroyed the Browns or they just beat up on the Houston Texans.
Hmm.
And I think what I'm expecting from this game, you remember a couple years ago that wild Rams Chiefs Monday Night Football game?
I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
It could very, very well be that game. I see this going two ways. This is either going to be the best game of the season, or it's somehow going to disappoint us because we're NFL fans and we don't deserve anything good, and it's going to be one of the biggest snoozers of all time. I'm leaning towards the prior, but
Hmm.
I'm expecting fireworks this game. I'm expecting high-powered offense, not a lot of defense, but at the same time, if we this game is going to be won on defense. You said in that last game, no, this game is going to be won on defense, and who has a better
Hmm.
defense? Hands down, the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are going to win this one in the close one by 4.
I think this one in a non. I think it's going to come down to the quarterback's legs. I think the pass rush is going to dictate this game defensive wise, and I think whoever obviously Lamar is a better scrambler, but just like we saw last week, Patrick Mahomes can move. He got that 3rd and 20 last week in clutch time.
So
I,
stupid.
I think whoever can avoid getting sacked is definitely going to win this game. But I do think it's going to overall it's going to come down to passing touchdowns. I don't see Lamar running for a bunch of touchdowns here. I mean, he can obviously any day of the week Lamar can, but I expect this to come down to both the quarterback's arms, and then whoever can stay up the longest. These pass rushes, while not the top of the league pass rushes, are going to be getting pressure on these two quarterbacks because they know how important it is. It's a big game. They're going to be getting pressure. Whoever can stay in the pocket long enough to make that good throw or get out the pocket to, make that check down. I think that's who wins this game. I have it been a close game. I think it's going to come down to a last-second field goal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling Baltimore on this one. I think Baltimore wants payback from them getting eliminated first round.
Mm-hmm. Week 3 is going to be fun. Hopefully, there's less injuries this one. If you're the San Francisco 49ers, I suggest showing it to MetLife in your own personal bubbles.
But I do have one more game that I think is going to be big. And it's not, I know my team is involved, but it's not because my team is involved. A big game this week is going to be the Lions versus Cardinals, because if the Cardinals blow out the Lions, I think Matt Patricia is getting fired within the next few weeks. If he has another lackluster performance, obviously they should have won that week 1 game due to a drop pass by DeAndre Swift in the last seconds of the game. They lost that game. But last week they got destroyed. They look terrible, absolutely terrible. I think if he looks bad again.
Well, they look good for about 15 minutes.
For about 15 minutes.
Give them some credit, Jalen. Okay.
For like 15 minutes they look cool. But I think if they get blown out again, that I think the talks and chirps are going to start talking. That he might start losing his job. I think out of all the coaches who are struggling, I think he might be the first one to lose his job. So I think that's a big game to watch.